When it comes to transforming your health, your body has an extraordinary capacity to heal itself when given the right tools. Too often, we think about weight loss as something that comes from restriction, from cutting calories, or from pushing ourselves harder in the gym. But real, sustainable fat loss starts not with deprivation, but with nourishment. Your body is designed with a built-in defense system that can either be fueled or neglected by the choices you make every day. When you eat strategically, you ignite natural processes inside you that burn fat more efficiently, balance your metabolism, and repair the very cells that keep you alive. The truth is, food is not just calories, it is information. And when you feed your body the right information, it responds in powerful ways. Imagine the act of eating not as a battle, but as a signal. Certain foods send messages to your fat cells to shrink rather than expand. They tell your metabolism to become more active, not sluggish. They instruct your blood vessels to grow healthier, your immune system to defend you more effectively, and your stem cells to regenerate damaged tissues. This is not about magic or shortcuts. It is about using what science already shows us, that eating the right foods flips the biological switches that favor health, energy, and fat loss. One of the most powerful tools you can use is fiber-rich, plant-based food. When you eat foods high in natural fiber, you create an internal environment that supports beneficial gut bacteria. These bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids that lower inflammation, regulate hormones, and improve insulin sensitivity. That means your body is less likely to store fat and more likely to use it as energy. Eating vegetables, fruits, legumes, and whole grains does more than just fill you up. It communicates with your metabolism on a cellular level, training your body to use food efficiently and release excess fat naturally. Polyphenols, the natural bioactive compounds found in berries, green tea, and olives, act like protectors for your body. They enhance blood vessel function, improve circulation, and even help starve fat cells of the nutrients they need to grow. In doing so, they restore balance in the way your body processes and stores fat. Eating a handful of blueberries or drinking a cup of green tea is not just a snack or a beverage. It is an intervention, a way of telling your system to switch into healing and fat-burning mode. Healthy fats, the ones from sources like avocados, nuts, and extra virgin olive oil, play an equally vital role. They fight inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, and provide satiety so you are less tempted to overeat. But even beyond that, they engage your metabolism to become more flexible, allowing your body to switch between burning carbohydrates and burning fat seamlessly. This metabolic flexibility is key to lasting fat loss because it prevents the energy crashes that drive cravings and overeating. Protein from clean, unprocessed sources helps preserve lean muscle, which is critical for fat loss. Muscle is metabolically active tissue, meaning it burns more calories even when you are resting. When you provide your body with sufficient protein, you protect that lean mass and encourage your body to shed fat instead. Pairing protein with high-quality plant-based foods creates a synergy that maximizes fat burning while also promoting repair and healing. And do not underestimate the power of hydration. Water supports every process of your metabolism, flushes out toxins, and even signals fullness. But beyond plain water, foods with high water content, like cucumbers, watermelon, and leafy greens, enhance your hydration while also delivering vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants directly into your cells. These antioxidants reduce oxidative stress, which otherwise slows fat burning and accelerates disease. Each bite you take is an opportunity to direct your biology toward health or away from it. The foods you choose can either light a fire under your metabolism or extinguish it. They can either fuel chronic inflammation or reduce it. They can either damage your blood vessels or repair them. The choice lies in what you put on your plate. When you begin to see food not as the enemy, but as your ally, the path to fat loss and healing becomes clearer. By incorporating natural, unprocessed, nutrient-rich foods into your daily life, you empower your body to do what it was designed to do: heal, restore, and thrive. Weight loss then becomes not a fight against yourself, but a natural outcome of supporting the systems that already exist within you. It is about giving your body what it needs and trusting in the remarkable capacity it has to reward you when you do. When we think about food, most of us are conditioned to measure it in calories, grams, and portions, but what often gets overlooked is that food is far more than just fuel or energy. Every bite you take contains information that speaks directly to your cells, your hormones, your metabolism, and even your genes. The body is not a machine that passively consumes calories. It is a dynamic system designed to interpret signals and respond accordingly. When you consume nutrient-dense foods, you are essentially sending instructions to your body that promote healing, accelerate fat loss, and strengthen resilience. On the other hand, when you fill yourself with processed or nutrient-poor foods, You are sending instructions that cause inflammation, encourage fat storage, and wear down your defenses. Understanding this principle changes the way you see your plate because you begin to realize that every food choice is like a coded message that either helps you thrive or holds you back. Imagine your body as a control center, constantly receiving and interpreting signals. When you eat something rich in antioxidants, fiber, or healthy fats, your body recognizes those compounds and switches on pathways that improve metabolism, repair blood vessels, or balance insulin levels. For example, eating a handful of walnuts is not just giving you calories, it is telling your blood vessels to stay elastic, your brain cells to stay sharp, and your fat cells to release stored energy. The power lies not in the number of calories, but in the message that food delivers. This is why two meals with the same calorie count can have completely different effects on your body. A sugary snack and a bowl of lentils may both contain similar calories, but the lentils will activate fat-burning hormones, stabilize your blood sugar, and feed beneficial gut bacteria, while the sugary snack will spike insulin, promote fat storage, and increase inflammation. Your metabolism thrives when it receives the right cues. Take polyphenols, for instance, natural compounds found in berries, tea, and certain vegetables. When you consume them, they don't just pass through your system, they act like messengers that tell your fat cells to shrink and your blood vessels to function more efficiently. That same principle applies to foods high in fiber. Fiber doesn't simply pass through your digestive tract, it nourishes the beneficial bacteria in your gut. Those bacteria, in turn, create short-chain fatty acids that lower inflammation, protect your immune system, and help your body manage insulin more effectively. This cascade of biological events begins with one simple choice: choosing the apple over the processed snack, the leafy greens over the refined grains. Food is also deeply tied to your hormones. Think of insulin, the hormone that regulates blood sugar and fat storage. Every time you eat, you influence how much insulin is released and how your body uses it. Foods that are high in refined sugars and simple carbohydrates flood your system with glucose, forcing your body to pump out large amounts of insulin. Over time, this creates insulin resistance, making it harder for your cells to absorb energy and easier for your body to store fat. But when you choose whole foods rich in fiber, protein, and healthy fats, you slow the release of glucose, moderate insulin levels, and train your body to burn fat for fuel. This is not willpower, it is biology responding to the information you give it. Even your genetic expression is influenced by what you eat. Certain foods activate genes that suppress inflammation and promote longevity, while others can turn on genes that accelerate disease and fat accumulation. For example, compounds found in cruciferous vegetables like broccoli can trigger genes that detoxify harmful substances and support your immune defenses. Green tea can activate pathways that enhance fat oxidation. These are not abstract concepts, they are real biological mechanisms that respond to the foods you eat daily. When you begin to think of food as a switchboard for your genes, you start to realize the immense control you actually have over your health outcomes. Another remarkable way food communicates with your body is through blood vessels. Your vascular system is the highway that delivers nutrients and oxygen to every organ and tissue. Eating foods like pomegranates, tomatoes, or oily fish provides compounds that encourage your blood vessels to produce nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes and widens blood vessels, improving circulation and supporting heart health. Better circulation means better delivery of nutrients, faster recovery, and more efficient fat burning because oxygen plays a crucial role in metabolizing stored fat. Once again, this is information at work, the molecules in food directing your biology toward optimal function. When you begin to see food in this light, you realize that fat loss is not simply a numbers game of calories in versus calories out. It is about unlocking the body's natural capacity to burn fat, repair damage, and defend against disease. By choosing foods that deliver the right signals, you align your biology with your goals. The mistake many people make is assuming that dieting means cutting back or denying themselves, but the real key lies in abundance of the right signals, the right nutrients, the right messages that encourage your body to heal and shed excess weight naturally. Every meal is an opportunity to communicate with your body in a language it understands, and when that language is rooted in nourishment, the body responds with energy, clarity, and resilience. When it comes to fat loss and healing the body, the quality of the foods you eat matters more than the sheer quantity. Nutrient powerhouses are foods that go beyond basic sustenance. They are biologically active and capable of creating profound shifts in how your metabolism, hormones, and immune system function. These foods are not just filling your stomach. They are working behind the scenes, changing the way your cells communicate, how your fat stores behave, and how your body repairs itself. Fiber, rich plants, polyphenols from berries and teas, healthy fats from natural sources, and clean proteins all play a role in creating an internal environment where fat loss happens naturally and healing is accelerated. Take fiber, rich plants as an example. When you eat vegetables, legumes, fruits, and whole grains, you are not only consuming roughage that passes through your digestive tract, you are also feeding the trillions of bacteria in your gut. These microbes are not passive passengers, they are active participants in your health. They break down fibers you cannot digest into compounds like short-chain fatty acids, which help regulate hormones, lower inflammation, and stabilize blood sugar. This means your body is less likely to store energy as fat and more likely to use it efficiently. A plate filled with leafy greens, beans, and colorful vegetables is not simply food, it is a metabolic signal that turns your gut into a factory producing health, promoting compounds that support fat loss. Polyphenols are another category of nutrient powerhouses that deserve special attention. Found in foods like blueberries, strawberries, green tea, olive oil, and dark chocolate, polyphenols are natural compounds with powerful bioactive properties. They help your body starve fat cells by cutting off their blood supply, slow down the formation of new fat cells, and improve the health of blood vessels. They also act as antioxidants, reducing oxidative stress that otherwise slows metabolism and accelerates disease. Drinking a cup of green tea or adding berries to your breakfast may seem like a small act, but it is a way of tapping into these mechanisms. With repeated exposure, your body begins to operate in a more balanced state, one that favors fat burning rather than fat storage. Healthy fats from sources like avocados, nuts, seeds, and extra virgin olive oil also stand out as essential players. These fats are not the enemy, they are protectors. They regulate inflammation, provide energy stability, and send satiety signals that prevent overeating. More importantly, they train your metabolism to become flexible. When your body adapts to burning both carbohydrates and fats efficiently, you avoid the energy crashes and cravings that sabotage weight loss efforts. This flexibility is what allows you to shift into fat burning mode more seamlessly. Consider the difference between eating a meal cooked with extra virgin olive oil versus one filled with trans fats or refined oils. One encourages your blood vessels to stay healthy, your metabolism to stay active, and your fat cells to release stored energy, while the other clogs pathways, fuels inflammation, and signals your body to hold on to fat. Clean proteins form another critical part of the equation. Protein from sources like fish, legumes, eggs, or lean meats not only builds and preserves muscle, but also sends powerful signals to your metabolism. Muscle is metabolically active tissue, meaning it burns calories even when you are at rest. By maintaining and repairing lean muscle mass, protein supports long-term fat loss. In addition, protein stimulates the release of satiety hormones, making you feel fuller for longer and less likely to overeat. When combined with fiber, rich foods, and healthy fats, protein helps create meals that are balanced, satisfying, and biologically aligned with fat burning and healing. These nutrient powerhouses work best not in isolation, but in synergy. A meal that includes fiber, rich vegetables, healthy fats, and clean protein sets off a cascade of processes that stabilize blood sugar, lower inflammation, and activate fat-burning pathways. Add polyphenol-rich foods to the mix, and you also enhance circulation, improve mitochondrial efficiency, and suppress the growth of unhealthy fat cells. It is the combination of these elements that creates a state of balance in the body, where fat loss is no longer forced or temporary, but natural and sustainable. Another layer of benefit comes from the way these foods protect your organs and systems from long-term damage. Fiber, rich plants help keep cholesterol levels in check, polyphenols defend against cardiovascular disease, healthy fats reduce the risk of metabolic syndrome, and clean proteins ensure that your muscles and tissues remain strong. In doing so, these foods not only help you lose fat, but also strengthen the foundations of your health, allowing you to age with vitality and resilience. Every meal presents a choice to fill yourself with empty calories that provide no meaningful information to your body, or to select nutrient powerhouses that ignite healing and fat burning. By consistently choosing foods that are rich in fiber, polyphenols, healthy fats, and clean protein, you are giving your body the tools it needs to recalibrate and thrive. Over time, your body becomes more efficient, your metabolism more active, your immune system more resilient, and your fat stores less stubborn. The transformation is not just visible on the outside, but deeply rooted within the systems that keep you alive and well. One of the most overlooked aspects of fat loss and healing is the body's ability to adapt to different fuel sources. This adaptability, known as metabolic flexibility, is what allows you to switch seamlessly between burning carbohydrates for quick energy and burning fat for sustained energy. When your metabolism is flexible, You do not get stuck in cycles of energy crashes, sugar cravings, or constant hunger. Instead, your body becomes efficient at using whatever fuel is available, whether it is glucose from a recent meal or stored fat from your own reserves. The challenge is that modern diets filled with processed foods, excess sugar, and constant snacking have eroded this flexibility, leaving many people locked into carbohydrate dependence. This state keeps fat locked away in storage, making weight loss difficult and energy levels unstable. By feeding your body the right foods, you can retrain it to restore metabolic flexibility. One of the most important ways this happens is through stabilizing blood sugar. When you eat refined carbohydrates and sugary foods, they cause a rapid spike in glucose followed by a crash. That crash triggers hunger, cravings, and fatigue, forcing you to reach for more quick fixes. Over time, this roller coaster weakens your insulin sensitivity and makes it harder for your body to burn fat. By contrast, when you consume foods rich in fiber, protein, and healthy fats, your blood sugar rises more slowly and remains stable. This stability reduces the amount of insulin released and encourages your body to use fat as an energy source in between meals. Over time, your metabolism relearns how to access stored fat without relying solely on constant carbohydrate intake. Another key aspect of metabolic flexibility is preserving and building lean muscle. Muscle tissue is metabolically active, which means it burns more calories even when you are not exercising. The more lean muscle you have, the easier it becomes for your body to switch into fat. Burning mode. Protein plays a central role here, not only for repairing and maintaining muscle, but also for signaling satiety and preventing overeating. Combined with regular movement, protein-rich meals create a powerful environment where fat is used more effectively as energy while muscle remains protected. This is the reason why diets that cut calories drastically but neglect protein often lead to weight regain. They strip away muscle mass and make the metabolism less efficient. Healthy fats are equally crucial for restoring flexibility. They provide a steady, reliable source of energy without the spikes and crashes caused by refined carbs. Omega-3 fatty acids from foods like salmon, chia seeds, and walnuts have been shown to reduce inflammation and improve mitochondrial function, the very engines inside your cells that generate energy. When mitochondria are functioning well, your body can transition more smoothly from burning glucose to burning fat. Including healthy fats in your diet teaches your body not to fear fat, but to use it intelligently as fuel. Polyphenol-rich foods also contribute to this adaptability. Compounds in green tea, berries, and olives activate cellular pathways that enhance fat oxidation, meaning they encourage your body to burn fat at a higher rate. These foods not only support fat burning, but also improve circulation and blood vessel function, ensuring that oxygen and nutrients are delivered efficiently to your tissues. Better circulation means more effective use of energy, quicker recovery, and a smoother transition between different fuel sources. When all these elements come together, your body operates like a finely tuned machine, flexible and resilient in how it handles energy. Metabolic flexibility also plays a huge role in reducing cravings and emotional eating. When your body is locked into carbohydrate dependence, the dips in blood sugar trigger a biological panic for more quick energy, often in the form of sugary or processed foods. But when your metabolism is flexible, your body can tap into fat reserves calmly without sending urgent hunger signals. This makes it easier to stay consistent with healthier food choices because your biology is aligned with your goals instead of fighting against them. People often describe this state as having steady energy, a sense of being fueled throughout the day without constant snacking or energy slumps. Training your metabolism to become flexible does not require extreme measures or crash diets. It is about consistently eating meals that combine fiber, clean protein, and healthy fats while cutting back on processed foods and unnecessary sugars. It is about giving your body the chance to experience periods where insulin levels are low enough for fat to be accessed as fuel. Over time, your body regains the ability to move between energy sources with ease, and this is what makes fat loss sustainable. Instead of battling cravings and fighting hunger, you create a biological environment where fat loss becomes the natural default state. When your metabolism is flexible, healing also accelerates. Inflammation decreases, cells repair themselves more effectively, and the risk of chronic disease is lowered. This is because energy is being managed efficiently without the stress and strain caused by constant glucose spikes and crashes. Your body thrives when it is not locked into one rigid fuel system. The same adaptability that supports fat loss also supports longevity, resilience, and overall vitality. By focusing on foods and habits that encourage metabolic flexibility, you are not just chasing a smaller waistline, you are creating a foundation for lasting health. Healing through nourishment is one of the most profound truths about the relationship between food and the body. For too long, the focus has been solely on diets, restrictions, and numbers, but what creates real transformation is not deprivation, it is restoration. Every bite of whole, unprocessed, nutrient-rich food becomes a tool for healing, a message to your cells to repair damage, reduce inflammation, and rebuild what has been worn down. When you see food through this lens, fat loss stops being the central struggle and becomes a natural byproduct of the body returning to balance. Healing is the priority, and weight loss follows as the systems of the body start to function the way they were designed to. Hydration is one of the most overlooked yet essential aspects of this process. Water is not only about quenching thirst, it is the medium in which nearly every biological reaction occurs. When you are hydrated, your metabolism works more efficiently, your cells can detoxify waste products, and your tissues are better able to repair themselves. Foods with a naturally high water content, such as cucumbers, melons, and leafy greens, do more than provide fluids. They deliver hydration wrapped in minerals, antioxidants, and vitamins that fortify your body's defenses. Staying hydrated in this way supports circulation energy and fat burning while also soothing stress placed on your organs. Antioxidants add another powerful layer to the healing equation. Found in colorful fruits, vegetables, teas, and spices, antioxidants neutralize free radicals, unstable molecules that damage cells and accelerate aging. This oxidative stress is not just a cosmetic issue. It interferes with your metabolism, slows fat burning, and weakens your immune system. When you eat foods rich in antioxidants like blueberries, pomegranates, or turmeric, you are shielding your cells from damage while also allowing your body's natural repair processes to thrive. By reducing oxidative stress, you unlock more efficient fat metabolism, lower chronic inflammation, and create the conditions for lasting vitality. Whole foods play a role far beyond basic nutrition. They deliver micronutrients, vitamins, and minerals that act as cofactors in hundreds of metabolic processes. Magnesium, found in nuts and leafy greens, supports energy production and muscle function. Zinc, present in seeds and legumes, strengthens immunity and tissue repair. Iron, from lentils and spinach, ensures oxygen reaches your cells, fueling energy and fat oxidation. These nutrients do not work in isolation. They interact with one another to create a network of support that keeps your system strong. When you choose processed foods stripped of these nutrients, your body struggles to maintain balance. But when you choose whole foods, you restore the natural harmony that drives healing and fat loss alike. Gut health is another critical aspect of healing through nourishment. A healthy gut microbiome communicates directly with your immune system, regulates hormones like leptin and ghrelin that control hunger, and produces compounds that reduce inflammation. By eating prebiotic-rich foods like garlic, onions, and asparagus, along with probiotic sources like yogurt or fermented vegetables, you cultivate a thriving community of beneficial bacteria. These microbes are like an invisible workforce, aiding digestion, producing vitamins, and helping to train your immune system. When your gut is balanced, fat loss is smoother, energy is higher, and your risk of chronic illness decreases significantly. The healing power of food also extends to your blood vessels, the lifelines that deliver oxygen and nutrients to every organ and tissue. Certain foods, such as tomatoes, beets, and fatty fish, encourage the production of nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes blood vessels and improves circulation. Stronger circulation means your tissues are nourished more effectively, waste products are removed faster, and fat-burning processes receive the oxygen they need to function at full capacity. Healing the vascular system with food not only reduces the risk of heart disease, but also enhances your body's ability to regulate weight naturally. What makes healing through nourishment so powerful is that it shifts the focus away from what you are restricting and onto what you are adding. Each meal becomes an opportunity to strengthen your defenses, repair damaged tissues, and support systems that may have been under strain for years. It is not about punishing the body into losing weight. It is about creating conditions where health thrives and excess fat is no longer needed as a protective mechanism. When inflammation decreases, hormones stabilize, and cells are nourished properly, fat naturally melts away because it is no longer being held as a response to stress or imbalance. By consistently choosing foods that hydrate, protect, and restore, you give your body the chance to do what it is designed to do, heal itself. The skin becomes clearer, energy rises, digestion improves, and resilience against illness grows stronger. Weight loss is no longer forced, but flows naturally as a result of these processes working in harmony. Healing through nourishment is not just about looking better, it is about reclaiming the vitality and balance that allow you to live more fully with strength and clarity in every aspect of life. At the heart of everything lies the understanding that your body is not working against you. It is waiting for the right support to unlock its natural ability to burn fat, repair damage, and thrive. Food is not the enemy, it is the most powerful ally you have. By seeing food as information, choosing nutrient powerhouses, restoring metabolic flexibility, and prioritizing healing through nourishment, you create an internal environment where transformation is not forced but inevitable. Weight loss becomes the visible reflection of deeper healing, and vitality emerges as the reward for choosing to fuel your body with wisdom and intention. Each choice you make at the table is an opportunity to move closer to the healthiest version of yourself, one that is energized, resilient, and fully alive.